Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Yes, I chose to do my community issue on the stigma surrounding mental illnesses. There's a huge stigma that surrounds it that most people don't even realize exists. I personally have lots of experience with the stigma, and I know lots more people who suffer from a mental illness. And the stigma can prevent you from getting treatment, and it affects society in so many more aspects. And yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
My group speech did our speech on a different topic than my first one. We did ours on the lack of information that exists in the meat slaughtering process. So our call to action was to ask people to inform themselves before they make a judgment on how or whether animals are slaughtered humanely or not. We asked them to do their own research based off of actual facts and not organizations that are out there that just try to persuade people with facts, with their version of the facts. So we asked people just to do their own research before they chose whether or not to agree with slaughtering.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
I feel like my group members would say that my biggest strength is my preparation or work ethic. I put lots of time into my speech, and I made sure I was prepared well before the speech day. I had my part of the speech outline written and well before we even met up, and I was ready to go a few days prior to the speech. So therefore, I could spend those few days before the speech practicing and memorizing and learning or figuring out how I wanted to deliver my speech. And I think that showed in the speech because I was very calm and collected and I was very prepared.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
I feel like the most challenging thing working with my team was the fact that I had two partners that were very similar and I was very different from them. They both did their original topics on something related to the agriculture business, whereas I did mine on mental illnesses. I come from a city and I don't know much about the agricultural world, so I had to do a lot more research than they did to fully understand the topic. It was difficult to feel like I was fully contributing to the group.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Com 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
My biggest takeaway was how much my confidence grew. I used to be terrified of public speaking or getting in front of more than 5 people and talking about a topic. At the very end of the last speech, I was very calm and collected. My nerves were minimal, whereas my first speech, I was shaking. I got up there, my note cards were shaking. So the biggest thing I'll take away from Com 110 is how to not be afraid to get up in front of a large group and speak.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.